a story that everybody has an opinion on. I'm stunned how big this story got so fast. You may know him, you may not, but it really doesn't matter. The play-by-play guy for the Baltimore Orioles is Kevin Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, coming off a...
Not Kevin Brown, Brown.
But I had a fun one-liner, but you had to make sure. I got to say, not that Kevin Brown.
Thanks,
I had
Mike.
a fun one-liner. Now it's over now.
No,
now it's over.
You can still
No, now it's over. Now it's over. I had a great one-liner. Been practicing it all day. I had it, but
you were practicing it all day.
Yes, I had a great one-liner. I had it like Vince Scully. It was great. Now forget it. Now you ruined it. So, not that Kevin Brown.
Positivity.
Kevin Brown's a play-by-play man for the Baltimore Orioles. And he was reportedly removed from MASN Broadcast, which is the local cable network that the Orioles are on, regional cable network, after he made reference to Baltimore's lack of success against the Rays at Tropicana Field in previous years. Now, this goes back to July 23rd. Before, when they were in the middle of this series against the Rays, they were doing okay, and they were trying to take the series. And he wanted to point out just what they're up against and how poorly the Orioles have played in Tampa the last few years. Now, very shortly after this, he was removed from the broadcast. He only did radio for a couple of days after because they had another issue with somebody, which, I mean, come on, really? You have issues? How many issues do the Orioles have with their broadcast team? So he gets taken off the air, hasn't done a game since, and it's been widely reported now, and ESPN's got the story, and John Oren had the story today, that the Orioles were very upset, and the front office ownership was upset with what he said about their lack of success against Tampa, and that's why he's been suspended. Here we're going to play this for you. There was a graphic up on the screen that is illustrating everything he is going to say about the Orioles. Basically, he's saying, "Hey, the Orioles have a chance to do something they haven't done here in a long, long time because they've been this bad at the Trop." This is the rant, or not rant, but this is just what he said that got him suspended.
Hey, guys, I got an email from the Orioles. I'm not allowed to play it.
I might have gotten kicked off of there. I've been doing a spot with in Baltimore forever. I might not get to do it anymore.
No, you're done.
A couple of tweets earlier today.
Done. We got Lock and 4 coming up in a few minutes. He lives in Baltimore. He might be done.
Yeah, we don't bow to anybody. So blank you, Orioles. We're going to play it.
So we can play it. Hey, I told you the Orioles are going to win the AL East. They still love me in Baltimore. Let's play. This is what Kevin, just in a pregame, hey, taking up some time, telling you about what the Orioles are focused before the game goes on.
For the Orioles, Brandon Hyde has felt like this has been maybe the toughest ballpark to play in, but the Orioles have a chance to do something special today. They've already clinched at least a split in the series, winning 2 of the first 3, and they could pick up a series win behind Tyler Wells today. It's been a minute. The Orioles split a 2-gamer with the Rays in June. They had lost their last 15 series here at Tropicana Field. You have to go back to when our now colleague Brad Brock picked up the win in the series finale June 25th, 2017, the last time the Orioles won a series here at St. Pete. Already got 3-2 at the Trop this year after winning 3 of 18 the previous 3 years combined. It is a stark difference, Ben, and it is not a bad Rays team. It's not like all of a sudden the Rays became slouches in the American League East. They've led this division every day, but now 2, and the Orioles once again are back alone in first place.
Yeah. All right, so that's all it was. Mm-hmm. He was reading a graphic that showed you that the Orioles broadcast part that MASN produced, Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. That's all he was doing was reading the graphic, and obviously somebody high up, maybe it was Peter Angelos, maybe it was somebody else, very upset that the attention was drawn to the fact that the Orioles have not played well there, and he was suspended and removed from the broadcast since then. Now, so many people have come to his defense, and look, there's only one side to the story because it's utterly ridiculous, which makes me think, is there something else that happened
going on?
that nobody knows about? Because it's stupid to suspend a guy for this, right? It's that's the first thing to tell you is that everybody's jumping to the defense, and if this is what it is, yes, it's ridiculously dumb. But let's, because they have another announcer that was dealing with something, which is why he jumped over to do radio. I think they were upset with what the guy was wearing. I think he had to fill in for a guy on radio because they were upset about what that person was wearing, the attire that the broadcaster was wearing. And I don't know what that was. What the person could have been wearing. Could be wearing your Taylor Swift jacket that you wore to the concert on Friday night. Who knows? So that's where we're at right now, and this is all we know. But let me just say that, tell you something that's not just, it's I can't believe this happened, is that this goes on, okay? This goes on. Yes, it's ridiculous, but this is what it means sometimes when you work for a team. When you work for a team that owns or has a stake in a television contract, usually not to this extent, but it happens. It's happened to people that have been guests on our show. Now, like, they didn't like when I said this about this team, and at the end of the year, your contract's not renewed because you're being too negative. Sure. Now, part of it, I understand, hey, people who watch the game, they're fans of the team, but you got to allow free speech for the broadcaster to say what he's going to say. The fact that this is out there, everybody's shocked. Don't be shocked, because you would be stunned with how teams want their broadcasters and what they want them to say and what they can't say. We don't want you to say this, or this. We don't want you to bring this up. You don't want to bring this up. You be positive on it. But I can't be positive. They lost a heartbreaker in 13 innings last night, 3-2, because a guy forgot to tag up. No. You're too negative. You're too negative. And that is the world that some broadcasters live in. And it's hard to hear, but yes. You know, in fact, one of the guys, I was even going to call him today going, dude, do you want to come tell your story on what happened to you with a Major League Baseball team?
Come on and
say what happened to you.
No, I thought of him first earlier today. Same thing.
But I don't think he can come on tonight. I said, do you want to say anything? And he was like, I don't know. But it happens. It happens much more often than you think it is. The control that teams have over broadcasts is immense. And while this certainly is extremely benign, you know, which makes you think, okay, is there something else going on? But you think, this is ridiculous. Yeah, it is, but this is not something that's an outlier. Maybe to this extent, but watch me, trust me, you're going to start seeing over the next couple of days former broadcasters for teams. They're going to do interviews, going to do podcasts. They're going to say, well, let me tell you what happened when I was broadcasting for the A's or when I was broadcasting for the San Francisco. And I'm not saying that. When I was broadcasting for the A's or the New York Giants or the Jets or the Mets and you're going to see a lot of stories going, they wouldn't allow me to say this. Trust me, this is the beginning of this story, because now you got pissed off broadcasters. You're going to see, oh, wait a minute, this was the world they lived in for a long time.
Yeah, we know a lot of folks that have had to do the course correction during a season when it's gone.
Derwin James joining us right now.
Where suddenly, you know, they've got to go and figure it out. So it's a curiosity, and like with you, that was the first thing I started thinking about was, all right, what else is behind this? Because broadcast partner, graphics, didn't offer any opinion on it, right? Literally just a few words to join together the bullet points that were on the screen. All right, didn't talk about, hey, dismal failures of the past and the true reality of what the Orioles have been. And I'm saddened because, again, long-standing relationship with some folks there in Baltimore, and obviously Jason Lockenfora will give us a little insight there as well. But knowing what I know about relationships some broadcasters have had with Angelos and the higher-ups, like it was finally hands-off in 2023. And it seemed like all was right with the world, right? The team's winning. The farm system has got some of the most coveted players in minor league baseball. They got draft after draft right of guys who've come through the organization. Everything's working right. And then this happens. Like, yeah, all right, same old Orioles. We get right back into it. All right, now we're going to be mad at media, whatever. It's like you can't dismiss what the past was. And really all it was shining a light on, hey, it's a new world order.
No, it didn't.
Should he have just started screaming about it?
We sucked the last 3-4 years. I mean, the whole world knows, boy, the Orioles really sucked.
Everybody knew.
We sucked. We were terrible. How do we not win any of these games? Brad Brock, who was just okay, and he's just an okay broadcaster that we have on with me. I mean, you know, Brad, I'm telling you the truth. I mean, he was awful, and he was lucky to get a save in that game when he won that last time against Tampa. I mean, he didn't do that. This is what's going on. This is a pre-produced graphic that's on the air. I'm reading off the graphic, and yet he's the guy that gets in trouble for it? It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he should have punctuated at the end, hey, that's yesterday, and now they've really got a chance, and they've now taken control of the division, which I got to imagine if you watch the full pregame and into the first innings, there's got to be more of that. But I just have to wonder, okay, what's the other shoe to drop? Like behind the scenes, or did he get caught with a hot mic behind the scenes, or was he criticizing something behind the scenes and it was finally escalated to all right, this is it? Because if this is it, like, what is this? There's a whole lot of nothing from a broadcasting perspective.
We'll be back right after this. Hey, who wants to trade me for Adley Rutschman in fantasy? Just struck out twice. He stinks. Who wants it? What do you mean my mic is on? Oh, no. Oh, hey, Adley. Hey, just want to let you know. Hey, it's all good, man. You're great. You're a great player.
You laugh,
You're
man.
a great player.
Little things like that. Don't mess with the franchise.
Don't tell. Eddie Murray was 10 miles better than Cal Ripken. What the hell is wrong with you,
Al
man?
Bumbry was the MVP of that team. The hell are you talking about?
You know how overrated Cal Ripken was? He was so overrated.
All he did was go
show
to
up.
work every day.
Come on. Some seasons he had 220. Come on. Oh, sorry. Was this Mike?
Guys, the Orioles just called in. We can't say that.
We can't say. Oh, boy.
Too far?
No, I think Angelos gets mad.
I think I said that on
That's
air
really
as
mad.
it was happening.